Hello everyone, my name is Dr. William Green, and today one of the things I'm going to talk about is part one of my book, The Art of Becoming a Successful and Wealthy Educator in China. For those of you who might not be familiar with my work, I've been in China for the past decade. I've been in Asia a bit longer. I first came to Asia, first actually lived in Japan, studied abroad when I was 19 years old. And during that time, I was learning Japanese, and it just happened to be at the time that in the dormitory where I was living in Japan, I was living in the city of Nagoya, which I believe was the third or fourth largest city at that time. I think the fourth largest city in Japan. In the dormitory where I lived, most of my fellow peers were Chinese students, and so I was invited regularly to have dinner with them, and so we would often have dumplings, and I learned a lot of Chinese. It was there though that I got to learn Chinese culture while I was in Japan. Interestingly enough, and there was an energy, a certain power that I felt from the students at that time from China. They were very motivated, ambitious, and these were some of the things that helped to develop my interest in China in the long run. So one of the things that I found was that China, to my mind, even in 2003, was a place where growth could take place. And the reason I say that is because I was keen on the demographics of China at that time. I mean, China, it still has over a billion people. It was when I would apply for jobs in those days, people were basically sending offers left and right for English teaching positions in China, all over China in those days, and it was really easy and to seek employment. So I was thinking at that time, oh wow, this is, look at the trajectory in terms of the growth of China. Definitely in the long run, this is going to be a place where it will be easy to make money in the long run. And so one of the things that I found out early on is that China definitely has that kind of energy. And once I came over to China in 2010 is when I first came. Well, I lived in China from 2010. I first traveled to China in 2004, and then again in 2006, both times, and to just traveling and visiting friends and later family. And so the key thing about those days is that China had a lot of, you saw growth everywhere. When I came in 2004 and then again in 2006, traveling through Shanghai, there was a construction boom. You can tell that there was a lot of economic activity taking place, and that fueled or piqued my interest in China. When I came back in 2010, arrived in China, that was during the World Expo, and during that time, China was very well developed. And there were a lot of opportunities. So one of the first things I did when I came to China was to start a language training center. It was very small to begin with. We only had a few students. I think we made advertisements and little leaflets and would go out to the park on the weekends and pass those out to people. One of the things we found was that people were willing to come and sign up with us. That we after the first month of doing that, we had a small group of about 8 students. These 8 students came in and they signed up for the course, and they were they were very interested and motivated to learn. And from there, the number of students increased significantly to the current 550 students now that we have. And currently, in the beginning, we had one center. Right now, we have 2 directly owned centers, not too far from downtown, 1 franchise center, and we've also started another business focused solely on helping students to study abroad. And right now we have a very strong presence within Shanghai and within the downtown, the central area. And there were several reasons why this happened. The first reason, of course, is that my background. Even in those days, I was very well qualified. I had my master's degree in teaching English as speakers of other languages. I had my master's from Columbia University, which is a very reputable university in China. People do respect. They respect quality education or prestigious schools. If you happen to graduate from a prestigious school, you do have advantages, and that was one of the reasons why parents signed up. Another reason was because I'd been teaching English since 2003, so I had already had like 7 years of teaching experience. So that also helped. The fact that I was qualified to teach, and also I had teaching experience during a time when there were not many people. And even today, there are not many people who are qualified to teach and who have the background and experience required to teach professionally. So this is one of the reasons why I wrote this book, because I want people to understand that even today, I get people are contacting me, parents are contacting me from all across the schools in China, in places far from Shanghai, such as Chengdu, which is in central China, southwestern China, and people are asking questions like, "Hey, can you teach us online? There are not enough foreign teachers. We want to learn English from a native speaker of English, but there are not enough teachers currently. So would you be able to teach us, or could you teach us?" And that we would appreciate that dearly. And the thing is, I have to, because currently my schedule is full. I have too many classes. I've hired a team of people. We're all quite busy. There is a huge demand currently for high quality language teaching, but unfortunately, there are not too many qualified teachers in China. So for the person who's interested in creating wealth in China, this is very simple. All you have to do is get qualified to teach. And once you do that, then sky's the limit in terms of opportunity. There are a lot of opportunities. But as I said before, the having the right mindset is key. So first of all, having an abundance mindset, and having that abundance mindset is the fact. It's a good feeling. You need it for business. The understanding that you might not be successful the first time you try any endeavor, but the thing is, you keep trying because or you're confident that the future is going to be better by trying. It's just kind of like similar to professional basketball players. For example, Michael Jordan or what's his name, LeBron James. So with those famous basketball players, they would shoot 10,000 shots, and they would have the confidence, that mindset that even if I miss this shot or I missed this shot, the next shot is going to go in. So you need to have that kind of abundance mindset when you're pursuing wealth and you're trying to develop wealth, because without it, you tend to give up before you reach the goal where you need to get in order to be successful. So China does that. It helps you to have that abundance mindset when you know that there are billions of people, particularly in tier 2 and tier 3 cities, who want to learn English from native speakers, who don't have the opportunity to learn because there are not enough native speakers, or their qualified talent pool is missing. And so just know that with the proper certifications and education, that you can from today start pursuing your long-term goals in terms of getting educated, and then achieving wealth by coming over and doing your own business, or if you prefer to work at international schools, having that opportunity and coming over on the expat package and getting housing paid for example, getting a airfare reimbursement, and various benefits involved with coming over on the expat package and working for an international school. If you're not into doing business, or if you are into doing business, being able to make six figures, maybe even more, through offering your quality teaching services to customers and clients who have high expectations for their students and are willing to pay top dollar to ensure that their son or daughter have the best educators to support them in their development. So it's definitely a win-win, but you have to have the right mindset in terms of understanding that you're going to be here. You're going to invest in your learning opportunity. You're going to invest in education. And from there, that is going to develop. You're going to follow the steps in the book to go about building wealth in China. So one of the things I talk about in part one as well is why come to China? I mean, why is it necessary to come here? Like, what can you gain or what do you benefit? What's the benefit of living in China long term? Is there anything worth getting? And the truth is, let me tell you, it is a wonderful experience. I've been here so many years, and the food is absolutely amazing. I haven't had everything yet. I mean, I'm aiming to try all the different types of food, but I haven't. I've learned Mandarin. I've done the HSK, which is the Chinese proficiency exam. I passed the level 4, which is needed to get into some universities here in China. I've also passed the level 5, which is a bit higher level, and I'm currently studying for the highest level currently, which is the HSK 6, which is near native level proficiency. But I've gone beyond that. I've also started learning Mongolian and several other languages spoken by China's 55 ethnic minorities. And so that's also been a very wonderful experience, because with each language, there are different customs to learn, different cultures to learn, different types of food to enjoy. And it's just a wonderful experience overall. I would say the food, Chinese food, I mean, real Chinese food, authentic Chinese food made here is one of the things that's kept me here, But speaking of food, the other thing about being here, especially in a city like Shanghai, or if you go to Beijing or Shenzhen, any of these big cities, and increasingly in smaller cities as well, is the access to Western cuisine, which is everywhere. You can get Western cuisine in a variety of different fashions, in different contexts, and it's absolutely wonderful. It's amazing. I'm, excited every time I go out, and next to my favorite Chinese restaurant, there are Western restaurants such as Outback Steakhouse, Burger King, McDonald's. The list goes on and on. Tim Hortons, Starbucks, Pizza Hut, Domino's, and these are everywhere. And so you also get a taste of back home. And in fact, I remember there was a restaurant that served Chinese-style American food in Shanghai for people who wanted the taste of Chinese food that you get back home. So, wontons and egg drop soup and things like that. Things that you rarely see being eaten, or at least cooked in the way that, or prepared in the way that you would get it back home. Actually being able to have access to that here in Shanghai, that was a very interesting experience. And then one of the things you see in big cities like Shanghai and Beijing is fusion food. So basically Westerners and Chinese as well, who set up these restaurants where they combine different flavors. They'll combine Western with, say, Western style. When I say Western, I'm talking about Western, and then Western as in Europe West, with Western as in Western China region food. So you have kebabs and things like that, and where with cheese on top and things, dumplings with pizza on the inside, things like that. These kinds of combinations are very interesting, and they're very, very lovely. Again, one of the reasons why I enjoy China and I enjoy being here, just the variety. Again, I want to talk about variety, choice, and mindset. These are the things that have kept me here for years and years upon end. You see, when you're in this kind of environment, and when you're in an environment where there's a lot of there are a variety of different cultures. There are vast amounts of opportunity. Um, you know, for example, as I said, we just started online teaching in Chengdu, although we're here in Shanghai. We've started, this is our third business we're working on. We're working with international schools, and I'm just one person. And right now, I feel like I could do with more help, and I'm sure, I'm confident to share some of these secrets in terms of making success and building wealth in China, because there's more than enough to go around. When you have that kind of mindset, then it's easy to understand why China is the right choice in terms of developing your business and developing wealth as an educator. So having that mindset is key, and also understand that if you do come over here, that you are learning a new language and a new culture, and it's about understanding and embracing the new culture without criticism. And when I say without criticism, what I mean is, when you go to a new culture in the beginning, there are going to be a lot of things that are new and different from what you might normally be accustomed to. But the thing is, of course, there'll be things that you like and don't like. There'll be foods that you like and don't like. There'll be, there's always that, even within our own culture. But the thing is, try to embrace these differences and see what you learn, not only about China, but what you learn about yourself in this process as well. This is something that I think is very important. But understand that when you're living and you're a guest in someone's country, that you respect their culture and respect their society, and understand that China is a culture that is many thousands of years old, and has, you can see, has come and developed beyond belief. It is a very well-developed country. Even now, even during the pandemic, in the beginning, was able to overcome the challenges of the pandemic relatively quickly. And currently here, things have returned to normal for the most part. So having that mindset, having the understanding that the future of China is on an upward trajectory, the future is going to be very positive. Having that understanding will help you as you begin studying. It should give you the motivation to want to study the language and culture. It should give you the motivation to want to learn about how to get educated, in terms of getting a teaching license, in terms of making sure that you major in subjects that are teachable and that are in high demand. So things like mathematics or English language, history, or even teaching, leadership and development, and things like this, which are in high demand, which expats can use to their advantage when they come over to China to secure positions in teaching or leadership within organizations, or to create their own organizations. So the right mindset is key. So in the next section, what we're going to do is we're going to look through some of the key topics from part 1 of the book, and that should be followed on with a quiz, and the quiz will help you to begin getting ready to come over to China if you're not here already. If you're already in China, it should help you to start thinking about how you're going to progress to start building wealth in China. Okay, so just understand that there are a variety of different opportunities to make a lot of money in China and to be successful as an educator, and to reap the rewards of investing in yourself and investing in education and becoming a professional educator in China. All right, everyone, my name is Dr. William Green, and I will see you on the next one.